Jesus and the Apostle Peter view the flood as history. Jesus, in his earthly ministry, after he took on man's flesh and dwelt among us, as recorded in the Gospel accounts, Jesus speaks of the flood of Noah's day as an historical event. Jesus said, "For the coming of the Son of Man," speaking of his own second coming to earth to set up his kingdom, "the coming of the Son of Man will be just like the days of Noah. For as in those days before the flood they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark, and they did not understand until the flood came and took them all away, so will the coming of the Son of Man be." It's Matthew 24:37-39. You can also read of it in Luke 17:26-27. So here Jesus also speaks of the people of the last days, particularly the great tribulation before his second coming to earth, as similar to the people of Noah's day, in their failure to recognize their peril from the imminent divine judgment, the wrath of the Lamb, until it was too late. But also we can make application to ourselves today in this dispensation of grace, for people are running out of time to receive God's free gift through faith alone in Jesus and his cross before they either die, or Jesus raptures his mystery body, which could be at any moment. The Apostle Peter also speaks of the global flood of Noah's day as an historical event. He writes, "For if God did not spare angels when they sinned, but cast them into hell and committed them to pits of darkness reserved for judgment, and did not spare the ancient world, but preserved Noah, a preacher of righteousness, with 7 others, when he brought a flood upon the world of the ungodly," that's 2 Peter 2:4-6. Also, in 2 Peter 3:5-6, Apostle Peter also writes, "For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of God the heavens were of old. God created all things by his spoken word, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water," which we read about in Genesis. "Whereby the world that then was, by water, being overflowed with water, perished," the global flood there, verse 6. "But the heavens and the earth which are now, after the flood, by the same word of God are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and the perdition of ungodly men." Clearly, Apostle Peter describes the global flood as a global judgment of God, as a historical event, and as a prophetic type of the global judgment to come in the future, the great tribulation and the final judgment.